Hello and welcome back. This is the Board Game Hero. Today we just received our Lurker Pack from the Fantasy Series 1 Kickstarter by Blacklist Games slash Blacklist Miniatures. This is a collection of individual miniatures, and they also created cards for them to be used in Alter Quest board game created by the same company, Blacklist Games. I am one of those people that just backed it for the Lurker Pack, and I deeply regret that decision. Right, so let's begin. Let's unbox this very simple white box. Right, so first thing I notice here is the overly simple box, just white with the text here. I don't know if that's Arial font and made in China here. So it's like buying a phone, an iPhone. Very simple packaging here. So let's take a look inside here. Okay, we have plastic insert and the cards just fall off there. All right. Ooh, wow! Look at those details. Let's jump to the miniatures. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One of them is made of translucent plastic. Right. So we have a card here, and let's take a look at the miniature after looking at the card. So we have a goblin here. That's what it looks like, and this is the miniature. I'm really impressed at the quality, the details of those miniatures. Next, we have the kobold, and this is the miniature. Tiny miniature, and I'm seeing a white spot here. I guess that's damage, but not too big. It's not a big deal, right? Then we have an orc hugging a staff. Where's that orc? Oh no, it's not a staff. It's an axe way above its head. So you have an orc here with an axe. Very nice quality. Then we have zombie. This zombie here, and this is the miniature zombie. Look at those fingers, the decaying body, the open mouth, the long hair. Yeah, that's the zombie. We have a troglodyte. Next up is the troglodyte. Troglodyte. They look like sea creatures in this sculpt. They are usually cave dwellers. Null. Next is Null. We have this one holding a spear. I like the size, not too small, and it's rough. Looks like a mercenary here. I love to have like 5 of these. Looks cool. Okay, next we have giant rat. Let's look at the giant rat. Look at that tail, the face, the fur, the hair. Very nice. Next we have the giant spider. Ooh, a thick spider. Very fat. Looks like a brain. So this is the card. This is the miniature. Thick. Right, next skeleton with a hood, a shield, and a sword. This is what it looks like. Looks cartoonish, but it's just because of the large head and the hood. Next, we have the imp. Imp. In Frostgrave, you can summon an imp if you're a summoner, so you can use this. Right. Next, we have ooze. An ooze. This is the translucent plastic ooze. I like the quality of their translucent plastic. In Fantasy Series 1, they have more like they have Ghost. In Fantasy Series 2, they have the genie in translucent blue. They have more there. Also, they have Gas Snake in Fantasy Series 1. So yeah, very nice sculpt. Oh, this one a giant worm. I like this. I like the look of it. Ooh, wow. Yes. It looks like a Pokemon. This is the card. Wait, I don't think I've shown you the card of the ooze. So this is the card of the giant worm, and this is what it looks like. Alright, so let's do a scale comparison with other games. Alright, so first up we have Alter Quest miniatures of different sizes. We have the smallest one here, the second to smallest, I think dwarven size. This is halfling size. Then we have the normal human size and then the large one. So let's start with the small one, the goblin. That is how tall it is. Let's compare it to the halfling. So it's about the same size as the halfling. Yeah. Then also let's add in the furnitures at the back. So these features are also different size. We have the one tile size, two tiles, and this is the four square tile, so that you will have an idea how it fits in your game of Alter Quest. So that is the goblin. Next, let's look at the skeleton. Should be human sized because it looks like a human skeleton, but the head is really large compared to this human. It's compared to Yui, this one, the a bit on a smaller scale, and then next to the halfling, that's how it is. Then the furnitures, so that's how it will fit in your game. Then let's take a look at, yeah, let's do one more smaller size. This is the kobold, very small. I guess it's smaller than our halfling. The base is larger. Yeah, so the base of the Fantasy Series 1 is a bit larger than those in Alter Quest, or more like the Fantasy Series 1 bases are the standard 1 inch base, while the one in Alter Quest is smaller, so it will fit inside the square tiles. I know the designer mentioned that, and he didn't like that design decision. So that is our kobold. Let's increase the light a little bit. There we go. One more. Yep. So those are our miniature for the kobold. Next, let's do some standard size. Let's take a look at this gnoll. Or no, we have the zombie. This is human. Should be close to human, but it's limping. So it's expected to be shorter than our human size here. But the scale, the head, the joints, the limbs there, I think it's close, but still I think this is larger in terms of scale compared to Alter Quest human scale. And of course, this is our large miniature. Then compared to halfling, there it is. That now for the furniture, we have it there, and the table. Move aside. That's how it interacts with the table. Same height, waist length, waist tall. So yeah, that's our zombie. Next, let's take a look at this. Should be larger. It should be larger than human scale because it's a monster. So this is a troglodyte compared to this human. That's the size. And then the table and other features. Then we have the spider. You can't really compare this because it goes in many sizes. So it doesn't matter what scale it is, it will fit your game. So that is the spider. We have the knoll here with the spear. So it's bulkier, larger than our Alter Quest miniatures. And then we have the ooze. Same with the spider. The scale doesn't really matter with these ones. The monsters and this one, the giant worm. But I love the giant worm coming out of the ground. Again, scale doesn't matter. It's a monster. We have the imp. Now this one should be smaller. Same size as our halfling here. A bit smaller, like the kobold size. Then we have the giant rat. Now that looks like the scale is perfect. It's really a rat that has mutated and became giant. Actually, this size of rat is near reality. They could grow like that maybe in the sewers. This is our orc. Now this should be about the same size as our human, but it appears to be shorter. Maybe because it's hunched, or is it? But yeah, that's how it looks like. Now compared to the features, looking at the mirror there, the altar, and the table. So that's perfect. Well, the size, there is a size difference or the scale, and also the base, but it's very close that you won't notice it while playing. Next, let's compare with random miniature that I can find here in my room. Okay, so here we have Reaper Bones. This is from Bones Black. This is I guess this is just Bones, whatever. But this I'm sure this is not Bones Black. The bottom is white. So let's see how it is compared. This miniature has a very small head, so it's not gonna be like reliable to compare. It's the scale is a bit off there, but let's try to compare just a few of them, not all of them. So we have the orc, human, a small one like this one, and let's take a medium one. Medium size would be our the worm maybe. Oh, no, the troglodyte. Yes. So we have this one. Uh oh wait, that's it's better to take the zombie. So we have the human sized smaller one. All right. So here I have a smaller sized miniature from the Lurker Pack, standard human sized, and some medium sized monster, the troglodyte. Let's see how it compares with our Reaper Bones miniature. Let's take a look at this medium. Okay. Now for the human. And lastly, this merchant here. Or a mayor. Now we have the smaller miniature in the middle. Then lastly, the human sized miniature. Okay. There you have it. Then what else do we have? Okay, so we have some. Let's just change it up a little bit. So we have, instead of this zombie, we have this orc, and this one for the medium, and the smaller one we have. Let's use the kobold. Right. Now we have these three compared to Reichbuster miniatures. This is 35 millimeter or 32 millimeter, but this is standard human size. The base is large, of course, larger, but the scale is close. Let's compare this to human size. So the scale is close. No, actually, it's the same scale. So this is our small, and this is the medium size. So that's how they interact with one another. Let's take a look at some of these. This is from Cthulhu That May Die. This is an investigator. So yeah, same scale. Let's take the null here. Yeah, let's compare. So the scale of these lurker packs are the same with the fantasy miniature series 1. So it's the same. So the comparison we're doing here applies to all other fantasy series miniatures. So we have Chaos Cultist here from Warhammer with the heroic scale, face to face with the null. So as you know already with Warhammer Games Workshop miniatures, the limbs are short, but the hands, the toes, the head, the toes, the hands, the feet, the head are large. So the heroic scale, let's compare. So it's very unrealistic. But there you go. That's just the comparison. So this is the monster. We have the troglodyte here. So yeah. Next, Chaos Cultist. After that, we have this is from Imperial Assault. This is Darth Vader from Imperial Assault. Compared to the Orc, side by side comparison. Yeah, same scale. This is the skeleton that not really. It doesn't really represent a human, so I don't know what kind of skeleton this is. Lastly, we have some Loot Studio. This is a merchant from Loot Studio. So Loot Studio, the scale very realistic. Uh, Human. And compared to that, this is the null and the spider. Well, not really useful for comparison. Oh, by the way, we also have some Whiz Kids. Some Whiz Kids here. Nolzur, I think Nolzur. So compared to Nolzur and this, so the scale is not that bad. It's not far off. So even though there are some discrepancies, inconsistency, it's not gonna be noticeable when you have it on the table and already painted. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. That's all I can use for the comparison. I have more, but I don't want to bring it all out here. But yeah, that's the Lurker Pack from Fantasy Series 1 by Blacklist Miniatures, Blacklist Games, and to be used for Alter Quest. I hope you enjoyed this comparison and unboxing, and I hope you find it helpful. Yeah, this is the Board Game Hero. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.